Welcome to Tasteful Words. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and this is a new series, new show on the Taste to Consider Network. This new series, new show came about from pure inspiration. Last Friday night, I was sitting and watching a documentary called Going to Mars, the Nikki Giovanni Project. And if you don't know who Nikki Giovanni is, she's a writer, a poet, author, and an activist. Very good documentary. Check it out. So in the midst of me watching this documentary, I was inspired. A fire was lit inside of me to start writing poetry. So I wrote 3 poems in 15 minutes. So just to rewind back a little bit, I started writing poetry when I was 12 years old. I used to write it to get girls. And it was even a point in time where I wrote poems for other guys so they can get girls. Just little small stuff, little, I guess you can say, cute stuff. But I always had an affinity for words. I was the kid at 8, 9 years old that would open up the CD packets and read the lyrics to songs. Back then, my favorite artist at that time was Babyface. I wanted to be Babyface. 8, 9-year-old kid wanting to be Babyface. But I just didn't want to be a singer. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write lyrics like Babyface. Poetry. So another one of my favorite artists is Tupac. And if anybody know who Tupac is, he's a poet. So I've always loved the words. You know, I don't really subscribe to the cliche of actions speak louder than words. I feel as though words have just an importance as actions do. Everything starts with a thought, it moves to words, and moves to actions, and then moves back to words, and then move back to thoughts. So it's a cycle there. So I feel as though words play just an important part as actions. So I love words. I've always enjoyed rhyming schemes, rhyming words, putting things together, just being able to be creative enough to tell a story with words, to speak your emotions, your thoughts with words. So right now is something that is very personal to me. This show is very personal to me because I haven't written poetry in a long time. Life happened and I just didn't have that spark anymore. I will play around a little bit from time to time. Particularly in my head, I would come up with things in my head. Sometimes I would write them down, sometimes I wouldn't. But I just didn't have that spark anymore. But the spark got lit last Friday night. So in the midst of me watching that documentary, I wrote 3 poems in 15 minutes. Then the next day, Saturday night, I wrote 2 more. And I've been pretty much writing ever since, or coming up with ideas for new things to write about. So before I share this first poem on this first episode, I ask that you do me one favor. And that favor is, if you haven't already subscribed to a Taste to Consider Network, do that for me right now. And after I read this poem, you can like, dislike, comment, share. It doesn't matter. I just want to share with you thoughts inside my mind, stories that I've heard, creative things that I've come up with, and, you know, just give you a view of what's going on up here, just a taste. So this first poem on Taste for Words, episode 1, is called Missionary. Eye contact while in this intimate moment. Insecure feelings and thoughts secure and feeling the physical pleasures, excitement filling my veins. Are you in pain? Hold me, I hold you, wrestling with the thought of this moment being true. Am I a fool? Am I a tool? Seeing your expressions all kind of cool. But your eyes got me caught up, stuck. I can't look away. Seems as though I love you, and that's what I want to say. Thank you.